And why do you think going to the gym for the first time might be scary for fat folks? Is it the never ending unsolicited advice you give us the second we step into a fitness space? Or is it the active fat phobia we receive through being taken pictures of, weird looks, literally name it, I don't know. Ask any fat person, they know what I'm talking about.
Hello, YouTube, and welcome to the Body Honesty Project. My name is Lydia, and today we are bringing back Rena from panel 3 as a fat person who regularly participates in public fitness activities. I hope you enjoy this conversation as much as we had having it. So, on with the chat. Hi, everyone. Today I have with me Rena, who you might remember from panel 3. Today we are talking about gym anxiety and fat shaming. Now, I know that many of you probably already remember Rena from panel 3, but I'd like to give her an opportunity to introduce herself better. So, Rena, thank you so much for coming back to the channel, and please tell my audience a little bit more about you.
Thank you for having me. So my name is Rina. I'm on my weight loss, fitness, and self-discovery journey, which I document here on YouTube. I am medically obese. Before anyone tells that she's not even fat, I am obese, and I have a BMI like 32 point something. I was much heavier a year and a half ago, so I had insulin resistance and I was 2 steps from diabetes when I decided that enough is enough and went to a gym and started working on myself, on my health. I fully reversed my insulin resistance in 1 year. And now I'm continuing on this path, and there are a lot of things that I want to talk about. Because as well, I was a part of fat acceptance community previously, and that's one of the reasons why I've been procrastinating starting my weight loss journey for so long, because I tried my best to believe people in fat acceptance that being fat is normal and I need to love myself just as I am, before I realized that it's total bullshit. And no, being beautiful in a bigger body means more than living longer and healthier.
So, Rena, you brought me this TikTok about gym anxiety and fat shaming. So, before we get into it, can you tell me and my viewers a little bit more about why this topic was meaningful to you?
Well, actually, I was just talking with my husband beforehand that I'm the biggest one in all of my fitness spaces. I go to 2 dance classes and yoga class and like just regular fitness training class, and I'm the biggest everywhere. And it's not that I'm just the biggest in my town or something. There are a lot of people bigger than me, but they just don't go there. So I started to actually thinking for the first time maybe why it is. And then I came up onto this TikTok and realized that there's a lot I can tell about this topic.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to it. So, let's get into it.
And why do you think going to the gym for the first time might be scary for fat folks? Is it the never ending unsolicited advice you give us the second we step into a fitness space? Or is it the active fat phobia we receive through being taken pictures of, weird looks, literally name it, I don't know. Ask any fat person, they know what I'm talking about.
Okay, I'm stopping it there because it says ask any fat person, and I'm going to stop and ask Rena. And before you all get mad at me that I'm calling Rena fat, Rena, ask me ahead of time to stop here to ask her. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they said themselves, ask any fat person, and I'm a fat person. So yeah, I have no idea what they're talking about. I have never ever experienced that. So I've been going to the gym on and off for years in different gyms. I've taken different classes, dance classes, yoga classes, fitness classes with different trainers.
Mhm.
Not once I experienced fat shaming or weird looks or pictures taken of me without my consent. Mm, so I'm not sure that ask any fat person is gonna cut it.
I mean, I'm a thin person, so I can't speak on that. But what I can say, and I don't know if this is really common in other places, but where I live, the Good Life gyms have a plethora of fat personal trainers. And when I'm saying fat personal trainers, I'm saying obese personal trainers. I see like they exist. It's actually kind of weird, but like it's a thing. Like you can get like it, and that's not even a fat friendly gym. This is just a normal gym. Most of our normal Good Lives have obese personal trainers. Like so that's why I've never seen the gym is a not fat friendly space. I guess maybe it's just the types of gyms I go to. I've never been into the boutique ones. I go to Good Life, like those kind of ones.
As I said, I went to different gyms in different towns, even in different regions of my country, because we moved in different region 6.5 years ago. And yeah, I had an at least overweight, maybe obese dance teacher. She taught belly dance, and we've been joking that to belly dance, you should have belly.
Right.
Yeah, the trainers in gym where I went there, the girls had spectacular shape. They were so great looking but they never shamed me. They never told me anything. I just look at them and thought, I want to look like her. Because they weren't thin. They were muscular and shaped and chiseled. So yeah, they would never ever tell anything like this, but you would look at them and think, I want to look like that.
Right. I was a member of a dance troupe and we had all shapes and sizes. And the thing is, we sometimes would have a chip on our shoulders, but it was about skill, not about size. Yeah. Like one of the heaviest girls on the team was the best dancer on the team. Like it was always about skill. It had nothing, we also had another situation though, where we had a heavier dancer who also was a bad dancer. So it was like, we were trying to get her into like, my size. I'm like, hell no, it's not about that. It's about your ability.
I'm a bad dancer. I know that. I go to a belly dance class and bachata class, not because I'm good at dancing, but because I just enjoy it very much. I enjoy dancing, but I'm very bad at it. And it's not because of my size, it's because lack of flexibility and stability. I lose balance very easily. I can't figure how to coordinate my upper body and lower body, but it has nothing to do with my size.
If you enjoy it, it doesn't matter if you're good at it.
Yeah, I enjoy it very much.
It doesn't matter. I love dancing. That's how I keep fit. I take dance classes too.
It took me years, and it took me starting losing weight to allow myself to go and try, because I had this gym anxiety as well previously.
Right. Okay, I'm going to continue the video.
Or are those two things one and the same? Because all those things indicate to us as fat people that we don't belong in fitness spaces. Your unsolicited advice is fat phobia. Because if we circle back to the beginning of all of this, you don't know if I am in a calorie deficit. You don't know if I go to the gym or how often I am exercising. All you saw was a video of me responding to a stranger telling me to starve myself, and you felt that that was an appropriate time to give weight loss advice.
Okay, Sabrina, tell me your commentary on what Jordan has to say here.
First of all, disclaimer, assholes exist, and they do bully fat people, but it's not because you're fat, it's because they're assholes. If you weren't fat, they would pick up on you because you're a woman, or if you're not a woman, because you're a thin man without a lot of muscles, or that you are doing bench press when they think you should do squats. They would find something. Just fat people are the easiest target auditory, and that's why they're picking us, basically. But it's not because we're fat, and not every person in a fitness space, which I believe is not a good name for it. I believe they should be called gyms, like what the hell, fitness spaces. But not everyone in them are about to give you unsolicited weight loss advice. Not all of them would take pictures of you. Not all of them would think you're fat and disgusting and don't belong. Thing
Mhm.
is, you are the one who thinking that.
Yeah, I
When
agree.
you have gym anxiety, it's because you on some level believe that you don't belong here.
I'm going to speak honestly and a little bit more compassionately than I normally do, because I think that people sometimes latch onto their childhood traumas and stop realizing that today is not yesterday. So for me, if you watched a lot of my content, I dealt with terrible racism when I was young. And I had a pattern of walking into every room and scanning for brown faces. I was not comfortable walking into a room where everyone was white because I was afraid I was going to get judged. And I rightfully did this a little bit when I was younger because that's what the environment I grew up in was like. But then I kept doing it when it was unnecessary. And it took me a really, really long time to get out of my head. Hey, Lydia, it's not 1984 anymore. They're not judging you. Like, so the trauma was real, but it took me a long time to realize that it wasn't currently happening. So I often wonder if these bullies, or these people who had been bullied, are latching onto these childhood traumas and assume that it's still happening. I'm not saying it will never happen. Hell, I still get the odd racist slur hurled at me now. I'm not saying it never happens, but it's a lot fewer and farther between.
I was actually thinking about the same just today because I was bullied as a child as well. Because I was apparently too smart for my classmates. But thing is, go on Reddit and search for threads. I've been a bully in my high school.
Mhm.
Children are much more vicious and angry and cruel than adults
Yeah,
because they don't know better than they don't know how to person yet. They are learning social cues and what how they should act with other people. And when they see someone that is different in any way, just different, they don't know how to react because they are out of their safe familiar space. They saw something new. They don't know how to deal with it.
mhm.
But the thing is, people grow up more or less, not assholes that are want to bully everyone just because to make themselves feel better. They didn't mature, but most of the people grow up and realize that that's not how you should act. You can think whatever the hell you want, but you don't act on it. You can think, hell, that woman is big as a whale, but you don't speak it up. You don't speak it out loud, mm, at least. Or so we were bullied and we learn to expect bullying. And when we don't see it, we find it. And when we don't find it, we invent it. We don't see any evidence that they are thinking bad about us, but we think they are thinking that I don't belong here.
Mhm.
When they're just doing their shit, they don't care about you at all. They don't even see you,
Right.
or they don't focus on you for longer than half a second before they go to their weights and
Right.
continue their set. I had gym anxiety when I started lifting, when I went from machines to weights, to barbells and all that. I was thinking, they all around me, they are looking at me and thinking that I'm doing it wrong and that my weights are too low. And then I look at the people, I went to the gym at the same time. So it was basically the same crowd all the time. And it was a small gym, so there wasn't a lot of people there. There were a lot of familiar faces, but in fact, I had no idea what their weights were, what their exercises were, what they were doing there at all.
Yeah, because
I
you weren't paying
only
attention to them. You were doing
Yeah,
your
I
own
only
thing.
noticed them when they were holding the barbell I needed for
Right.
myself. That's it. I didn't notice them, and just as well, they don't notice anyone. They don't notice that I'm bigger. They don't notice how much I lift. they don't care about my technique mostly. Once I had an unsolicited advice. I was doing an exercise, and this woman came up to me and told me, "You're doing this exercise wrong. You should do it like that." And I'm actually very thankful to her, because I could very much injure my elbows because I really was doing it wrong. And since then, I saw a lot of people doing the same exercise the same way I did, and I never came up to them because I was shy and scared. So to give anyone unsolicited advice, it's actually really hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see it very often myself. Actually, only the times that I see the unsolicited advice is usually personal trainers trying to make money, and they do that to everyone, though. I don't think that they weren't even, they have different tactics of how they deal with different people. Like, I've watched the personal trainers, at least at the gyms I've gone to, maybe say something to someone who's overweight, but they're still just trying to make money. They're going to someone else who looks really fit and trying to like get more money to better them. Like they just have different pitches. Or
yeah. Well, it's their job, basically. It's their job to go to people and give them advice on how they exercise. So the gym doesn't have to deal with clients who got injured during their workout there. So when my yoga instructor tells me to make sure to make breaks during the set, and that some exercises are more taxing on my wrist, like some planks on straight arms, my wrist hurt after that. So I do it on my elbows. And she makes sure that I know that I can make changes if I need it. It's not because I'm fat. It's because I'm new, I'm inexperienced.
Right.
And she wants to make sure that I'm not getting injured on her. So she's not responsible for my injury after class.
So what do you think the real reason is why Jordan and other fat acceptance people don't want to go to the gym?
It's the same reason why I'm the biggest one in all my classes, because big people know they're big. And at some level, no matter how much fat acceptance tries to make us believe that it's normal, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, it's freeing to accept your fatness, at some level, we still know that it's not good. We have a problem, but people are just not ready to admit it. And they avoid gyms because they don't want to admit that they have a problem, and they invent all these excuses to not go, and they even believe them in their own heads that it's true that this fitness space makes them feel that they are not belong, when they just themselves convinced that they don't belong because they're bigger. And somehow it's almost as if being fat is a part of their identity. Like, I go to the gym, I will exercise, I lose weight, and who am I now? I was fat all my life. It's part of me. It's who I am. No, it's not.
I think that they've painted themselves into their lie, because they are trying to say that, oh, it's just the way that I am. I'm just fat and I'm active. And if they actually are active and actually are eating well, they will lose weight. So they can't have that happen.
Yeah. So they go to the gym, but maybe someone like Jordan says that you don't know if I'm exercising, if I'm in a calorie deficit. Well, if you are, then good for you, but I'm not seeing this. In your TikToks, I don't see any progress, any weight loss that would happen if you were in a calorie deficit and exercising. Like, yeah, I'm always ready to give a benefit of a doubt. I'm always ready to believe that people are caring about themselves. But if I can't see it, then probably it's not there.
I'm going to use this opportunity actually to give a shout out to Sam at Every Size, because she did an excellent video on Jordan and Jordan's journey, and really shows how Jordan is expecting miracles with their body rather than wanting to put in any effort. And when I say any effort, this is not beyond even eating well. Jordan doesn't want to wear compression socks, like even things like that. So
I mean, I have varicosis. I wear compression socks because my legs hurt. So what, they are just be fat and big and in pain and miserable? I need to watch that video.
So we're almost out of time, but before we conclude, Rena, do you have any other final thoughts to leave my viewers about this video?
I will tell you what my therapist told me about social anxiety and gym anxiety included. Reality check is a thing and you should do it. If you think that someone thinks badly about you, well, if they didn't tell you it out loud, that you have no evidence. If you think that you don't belong, but no one told you, you have no evidence. Do reality check, not just stay in your head and let it make you believe in everything your traumas, your previous experiences are telling you, because our brains are very bad at avoiding situations they see as harmful, and they are trying their hardest to make you feel safe. So you just avoid these situations. And it's very easy to make up an excuse. It's very easy to tell they make me feel like this, but it's really just your own thoughts that you believed. Do reality check, be honest about your fears, and just go and do the damn thing.
Thanks so much, Rena. It was a pleasure having you on the channel, and I hope you come back again soon.
I hope as well. If I find anything I want to talk about with you, I will definitely contact you about it.
I'd like to thank Rena once again for coming back, and I hope you all do check out her content as well. So until next time, stay body positive, but also body honest.